The reason that our campaign is catching fire is because people had rather elect a president who reminds them of the guy they work with, not the guy that laid them off.
That was Mike Huckabee using one of his lines of attack against Mitt Romney. And we're back now with Britt, Mara, Bill, and Juan. Well, you know, it's fascinating, and I got into an interesting conversation, I thought, with Huckabee about it today. He is bringing some populism to this campaign, the little guys versus the fat cats that we don't usually see in a Republican campaign. Britt, how do you think that's going to sit with GOP voters around the country?
Over the long haul?
Yeah.
Badly. This is a party that, if you're going to be a populist, you better be for a lot of things that, say, Ronald Reagan was for. You better be in favor of a lot of the... You don't want to be a candidate associated with possible tax increases, policies that would require increased regulation, and so on down the line. You can't... I don't think the anti-corporate message... It isn't even selling very well in the Democratic Party, and I certainly don't think it's going to sell in the Republican Party.
But to get back to something Britt was talking about, I think, Britt, that the party has changed. I think the party of Ronald Reagan is much more of a blue-collar Republican Party, and I think that's why the populist message coming from Huckabee has much more success. And I think when Huckabee talks about people who understand the crisis going on in the country in terms of the economy, and hear Republicans saying, oh, the economy's fine, Wall Street's doing great, they say, wait a second, I'm not doing so great on Main Street.
Hey, let me remind you on the front page of USA Today the other day, taken by the Gallup organization, which showed that this vast majority of the American people are very happy with their lives and their personal situation.
True.
That flies in the face of all this talk about there being an
Have you noticed that the polls indicate the American people say that if you ask wrong track, right track, most Americans say the country's headed in the wrong direction?
Well, that may be so, but do you really seriously believe that most Republican voters across this country think the economy is in crisis? I doubt it. Let me make one more point about that debate last night and all those people taking on Mitt Romney the way they did, as if he were the front runner, which clearly he is not, as those polls indicate. I don't know how many people saw that debate. It was up against football. The games were exciting. I'm not sure how many saw it, but if a lot of people saw that, I think what they saw was not John McCain at his best when he is the statesman and a soft-spoken, mild-mannered, highly articulate, seasoned representative. I think what they saw was John McCain perhaps at his least attractive. He was scornful. He seemed almost at an occasional moment even petty. That's not the John McCain people have come to admire and like. Mitt Romney actually held up under that attack pretty well. He never lost his composure. He pressed McCain, I thought, effectively on the alleged amnesty measure and so on. There's a distinct possibility, in my view, that contrary to all the media conventional wisdom, is that Romney won that debate. The question is how many people saw it.
If McCain, Bill, were to win here in 2 days, is he back from the dead as where we all left him last summer, out of money, out of staff, out of support? Is he again a player for the nomination?
Sure, he'd have to be a co-favorite for the nomination. I think he would go to Michigan and finish off Romney, and then it would be, I think, McCain versus Huckabee, and I think that is a toss-up. Huckabee continues to be underrated. He's the best candidate. He's run the best campaign, the most clever tactical campaign, and we are rewriting history on Reagan. Let me just mention one phrase: Reagan Democrats. Reagan was not a big business guy. John Connally was the big business candidate in 1980. Reagan was a populist of a sort, not that unlike Huckabee.
We got 30 seconds left.